1. You have an unbreakable spirit. Have you ever met someone who's been through storm after storm in life? Heartbreaks, betrayals, financial struggles, deep personal losses. Yet when you look at them, you'd never guess the battles they've faced. They still radiate calm, their skin looks vibrant, and their energy feels untouched by time. It's easy to assume they're just blessed with good genes or that they're lucky. But the real secret runs deeper. These people possess an unbreakable spirit. Here's the truth. Your mind has far more power over your body than most people realize. The weight of stress, anxiety, and emotional turmoil doesn't stay trapped inside your head. It eventually etches itself onto your skin, shapes your posture, and even influences how you move through the world. People who seem to defy aging aren't simply fortunate. They've developed the emotional resilience to face life's chaos without letting it leave scars on their appearance. Stress is a silent killer. It's not only stealing your inner peace, it's stealing your youth. Look at those who appear older than their actual age. More often than not, they're people consumed by worry, unable to release past failures or forgive betrayals. They hold grudges, replay mistakes in their minds, and live in a state of constant tension. This mental state forces their bodies into survival mode, flooding their systems with cortisol, the notorious stress hormone linked to dull skin, premature wrinkles, and exhaustion. It doesn't just make you look older, it makes you feel older too. But then there are those remarkable individuals who refuse to let life's hardships define them. They get knocked down, but they always get back up. They take the blows, but they don't let the bruises linger. They possess a deep-rooted resilience, a mental toughness that shields them from drowning in negativity. And guess what? You can see it on their faces. Their skin glows with vitality. Their eyes sparkle with life, and their presence feels charged with an energy that's almost magnetic. If people have ever told you that you look younger than your age, pause for a moment and ask yourself, are you the kind of person who keeps moving forward despite the obstacles life throws at you? Do you manage to laugh even in the face of adversity rather than letting it break you? If so, you may have already unlocked one of the ultimate secrets to agelessness. Not just in how you look, but in the very core of your spirit. And if you haven't mastered this yet, there's no better time to start than now. Learn to let go of what's outside your control. Find strength in your struggles instead of letting them define you. Refuse to be defeated, because while life will inevitably try to wear you down, only you can decide whether it leaves a mark on your soul or on your face. In the end, true youthfulness comes from within. It's the result of a spirit that refuses to break, no matter how fierce the storm. And that inner resilience shines through your eyes, your smile, and the way you carry yourself. It's what makes people look at you and wonder, what's their secret? 2. You embrace change instead of fearing it. Think about someone you know who, no matter how many birthdays they've celebrated, seems to radiate unstoppable energy. There's a spark in their eyes, a bounce in their step, and a curiosity that feels almost childlike. These people make you question if time even applies to them. They possess one of the most powerful secrets to staying youthful. They embrace change rather than fear it. Here's something many people don't realize. Resisting change is one of the fastest ways to grow old, not just physically but mentally and emotionally too. When you refuse to adapt, you trap yourself in cycles of stress, frustration, and stagnation. Life keeps moving, but you stay stuck, clinging to old habits, outdated beliefs, and routines that offer false security. And that rigidity doesn't just affect your mood, it shows up in your body language, your expressions, and even how you carry yourself. Think about people who resist change. You've probably seen them, their faces tense, brows furrowed, shoulders stiff as though life has become one long battle against anything new. They frown more often, seem exhausted, and carry an energy that feels heavy. Their minds become closed off, their conversations predictable, and their spirits dulled by a fear of the unknown. Over time, that fear and resistance start to carve themselves into their appearance, leaving behind frown lines, tired eyes, and a posture weighed down by invisible burdens. Now contrast that with those who seem ageless even into their 50s, 60s, or beyond. These are the people who greet life's changes with curiosity instead of dread. When faced with something new, they don't say, "I'm too old for this." Instead, they ask, "Why not?" They're lifelong learners, always open to fresh ideas, new experiences, and different perspectives. They're willing to step outside their comfort zones because they understand that growth doesn't end at a certain age. It's a lifelong journey. This flexibility doesn't just feel good, it's scientifically proven to help keep you young. Studies show that people who continue learning, engaging with diverse ideas, and maintaining social connections enjoy stronger brain health and overall well-being. Their minds stay sharper, their spirits stay lighter, and it all naturally reflects in their physical appearance. There's a glow, a liveliness that seems immune to the passing years. Have you ever noticed that people who embrace change also tend to smile more, laugh easier, and exude a vibe of genuine enthusiasm? They don't let life grow stale. They inject freshness into their routines, whether by picking up a new hobby, traveling somewhere unexpected, or simply changing how they think about familiar situations. That sense of adventure keeps their brains active and their hearts young. So if you've ever wondered why some people look far older than they actually are while others seem to defy time, look at their relationship with change. Those who resist it age faster in body and soul. But those who move with life's currents, who see every twist and turn as an opportunity rather than a threat, remain youthful not just in appearance, but in spirit. Because aging isn't only about the number of years you've lived, it's about how you respond to the changes that come with those years. If you refuse to evolve, you'll feel old long before your time. But if you stay curious, embrace the unknown, and keep learning, you'll carry a youthful energy that leaves people wondering how you do it. 3. Your mind is always curious. Have you ever come across someone whose very presence feels electric? Whose eyes sparkle, whose laughter is genuine, and whose entire demeanor radiates an infectious zest for life? You might be surprised to learn that these people aren't just blessed with great genetics or the world's best skincare routine. Their real secret is their endlessly curious mind. Most people think youth is just about how you look on the outside. Smooth skin, shiny hair, fewer wrinkles. But that's only part of the picture. True youthfulness starts in the mind. The moment you stop being curious, stop asking questions, and stop wanting to learn new things, you begin aging in a way that no anti-aging cream can reverse. A dull mind inevitably leads to a dull body. And eventually, that lack of mental spark becomes visible for the world to see. Think about someone who's lost their curiosity. Their days blend into each other, marked by routines and predictability. They rarely try new things, avoid exploring different ideas, and settle for just getting by. Over time, this stagnation seeps into their physical presence. Their posture becomes slumped, their expressions grow flat, and their eyes seem dim, as if the light inside them is slowly fading. They're not truly living, they're merely existing. Now picture someone who's endlessly curious. These are the people who never stop asking why or how. They're constantly exploring new hobbies, reading books, diving into topics they know nothing about, or striking up conversations with strangers, just to hear different perspectives. They challenge their own thoughts, eager to grow and evolve. For them, life is an adventure, not a burden, and it shows. Scientific studies back this up. Mental stimulation helps keep the brain active, reducing cognitive decline and even slowing down the physical aging process. When your mind stays engaged, It sends positive signals to your entire body. Neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which play key roles in mood and vitality, remain at healthy levels. As a result, people who stay curious tend to maintain sharper minds, stronger emotional health, and even better physical well-being. But curiosity goes beyond brain health. It changes your entire energy. Have you noticed that people who are passionate about learning new things seem to glow? Their faces are more expressive, their conversations more animated, and they exude a vibe of youthful excitement. Their lives feel richer and fuller, and they carry themselves with an energy that's downright contagious. You can't help but feel inspired just being around them. So if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, take a moment to reflect. Are you the type of person who's always eager to learn, to discover, and to keep growing? Do you feel joy in exploring new ideas or picking up new skills? Do you refuse to let your mind grow stale even as the years go by? If the answer is yes, then you've already unlocked one of the most powerful secrets to staying young. Not just in appearance, but in spirit. Because in the end, youth isn't only about how many candles are on your birthday cake. It's about the fire burning in your mind. Keep that flame of curiosity alive, and time will never truly catch up with you. You'll remain vibrant, engaged, and youthful in ways that go far beyond what anyone can see in the mirror. 4. You express your emotions freely. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to carry invisible weights on their faces? Their eyes look tired, their expressions stay locked in seriousness, and their whole presence feels heavy, as if life has carved deep lines into their spirit. Now compare them to people who look younger than their age. Their faces are softer, their eyes brighter, and there's a lightness in the way they move and speak. One of the biggest differences between these two groups comes down to how they handle their emotions. Here's the truth. Emotions aren't meant to be bottled up. When you suppress what you feel, whether it's sadness, anger, frustration, or even joy, you create internal tension. Your body absorbs that tension like a sponge. It shows up in tight muscles, stiff posture, clenched jaws, and eventually deep lines etched into your face. Over time, unspoken emotions transform into stress that doesn't just weigh down your mind. It physically ages you. Think about someone who keeps everything inside. They rarely laugh loudly or cry openly. They avoid talking about what truly bothers them, choosing instead to maintain a facade of calm. But inside, the storm is raging. That constant suppression triggers stress hormones like cortisol to rise, damaging the skin's elasticity, draining energy, and weakening the immune system. These individuals often look older than they really are, not because of bad genetics, but because they're carrying years of unexpressed feelings. Now look at those who seem to defy the years. When they're happy, they laugh freely and without restraint. When they're sad, they don't pretend everything's fine. They allow themselves to cry, talk it out, and release the emotion rather than letting it fester. They're emotionally honest, and that honesty is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools out there. Their faces don't carry the tension of unsaid words or suppressed pain. Instead, they remain expressive, vibrant, and full of life. Cultures that encourage emotional openness often have people who look more youthful and energetic. It's no coincidence. Studies show that people who express their emotions openly tend to have lower levels of stress and better overall health, both physically and mentally. Emotional release helps balance the body's stress response, leading to healthier skin, brighter eyes, and a more relaxed demeanor. There's a reason laughter is sometimes called the best medicine. Genuine laughter releases endorphins, which reduce stress and give your skin that radiant glow. Likewise, shedding tears isn't weakness, it's the body's natural way of flushing out stress hormones and finding relief. People who allow themselves to feel everything fully instead of keeping it bottled up tend to maintain a lighter, more youthful energy. So if you've been told you look younger than your age, it might not just be because of good skincare routines or lucky DNA. It could be because you've learned the power of emotional release. You talk about your feelings, you laugh wholeheartedly, and you don't let emotions rot inside you. By doing so, you free yourself not only mentally but physically. Because the face, in many ways, is a reflection of the soul, and those who let their emotions flow freely remain youthful, not just in how they look, but in the vibrant energy they carry into every room. The next time you're tempted to hide how you feel, remember this: bottling it up doesn't make you stronger. It just makes you older. Let it out and let yourself shine. 5. You surround yourself with positive energy. Have you ever stepped into a room and instantly felt like all the air got sucked out of it? Or spent time with someone who, after just a few minutes, leaves you feeling utterly drained? That's the power of energy, whether positive or negative. It's contagious. And here's something many people overlook. The people you surround yourself with don't just affect your mood in the moment. They can have a profound impact on how youthful or aged you appear. Energy isn't some mystical concept. It's real and it's measurable. Chronic stress, negativity, and toxic interactions all elevate cortisol levels in your body, wreaking havoc on your skin, your health, and your overall vitality. That's why people who live in constant negativity often look older than their actual age. You can see it in the heaviness of their posture, the tiredness in their eyes, and the lines etched deep into their faces. It's as if life itself has worn them down. Think about people who always complain, criticize, or gossip. Being around them feels exhausting because they're siphoning off your energy bit by bit. Over time, if you're constantly exposed to this negativity, your own body begins to carry the weight. Your stress levels rise, your sleep suffers, and eventually, those invisible burdens start leaving visible marks on your face and in your overall health. Now consider those who look effortlessly young, no matter how many candles are on their birthday cake. These individuals have a secret. They're intentional about the energy they allow into their lives. They choose to spend time with people who uplift them, make them laugh, inspire them, and help them see the brighter side of life. They understand that negative energy is like slow poison, and they refuse to let it seep into their spirit. Science fully backs this up. Positive social interactions have been shown to reduce stress hormones, boost immune function, and even slow the aging process at a cellular level. Laughter, meaningful connection, and genuine conversations don't just make you feel good. They help keep your body younger. People who surround themselves with positivity often have better skin, higher energy levels, and a lightness in their presence that others can't help but notice. Ever wonder why some people seem to glow from the inside out? It's not just about diet, exercise, or expensive skincare. Much of that radiance comes from the joy, love, and laughter they cultivate through their relationships. They choose friends and partners who bring out their best selves. They avoid unnecessary drama and learn to walk away from situations or people who drain their energy. So take a look at your own circle. Are the people around you adding to your energy or taking from it? Do you feel inspired, supported, and valued? Or do you often feel drained, criticized, and emotionally exhausted? If it's the latter, it might be time for some changes. The good news is you have the power to choose your environment. It's not selfish to protect your peace. It's essential for your health and your youthfulness. Because in the end, youth isn't just about smooth skin or fewer wrinkles. It's about the energy you carry and the light you bring into a room. And that energy is profoundly shaped by the people you allow into your life. If you've ever been told you look younger than your age, it might not be pure luck. It could be a sign that you've surrounded yourself with the kind of positive, vibrant energy that keeps you truly alive. So choose wisely. Your future self will thank you for it. You live with passion and purpose. Have you ever looked at someone and instantly sensed that life has drained them? Their shoulders slump, their eyes look vacant, and their voice carries no enthusiasm. It's as though they're merely existing, counting the days instead of truly living them. Now contrast that with someone whose presence practically crackles with energy. The way their eyes light up when they talk about what they love, the excitement in their voice, and the sense that they're moving towards something meaningful. The difference between these two people often comes down to one powerful thing: living with passion and purpose. Many people assume aging is purely physical, a matter of wrinkles, gray hair, or aching joints. But one of the biggest contributors to looking and feeling older is emotional and mental stagnation. When life feels empty and there's nothing to look forward to, your body reacts just as strongly as it would to physical stress. Without passion or purpose, your spirit dims and your body follows suit. The result? A face that appears tired and worn, movements that lack vitality, and an aura that feels weighed down by an invisible burden. But then there are those individuals who seem immune to the years. Even in their 50s, 60s, or beyond, they radiate an infectious enthusiasm. They wake up eager to dive into their day because they have something that fuels them. A goal, a mission, or a dream that lights a fire in their soul. That passion acts like a wellspring of youthful energy, keeping them vibrant, alert, and fully alive. Science confirms that having a sense of purpose isn't just emotionally fulfilling, it has measurable physical benefits. Studies show that people with clear goals and passions experience lower levels of stress hormones, reduced inflammation in the body, and even longer lifespans. When you're actively pursuing something meaningful, your brain produces higher levels of dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for feelings of happiness, motivation, and vitality. These chemicals also play a role in keeping your skin glowing, your body active, and your mood elevated. Think about how you feel when you're working on something you care deeply about. Time seems to fly. You feel focused, engaged, and alive. Your posture improves, your eyes brighten, and you radiate confidence. That spark of purpose translates into physical energy that others can see and feel. You look and act younger because you're driven by something bigger than yourself. On the other hand, drifting through life without any sense of purpose is like walking in circles. The days blur together and your spirit becomes dull. You start feeling older because your mind and heart have lost the excitement that keeps you energized. It's not simply about big ambitions or dramatic life goals. Even small passions, a hobby you love, volunteering, creating art, exploring new places can breathe life into your days and help you stay youthful. So if people often tell you that you look younger than your age, consider whether you're living with passion and purpose. Do you have something that excites you, that makes you jump out of bed in the morning? Are you pursuing a goal that lights up your soul, no matter how big or small? If the answer is yes, then you've discovered one of the greatest secrets to defying time, not just in how you look, but in how alive you feel. Because in the end, youth isn't merely about counting birthdays, it's about how intensely you experience life. Those who live with passion and purpose don't just appear younger. They are younger in mind, body, and spirit. And their presence is a vivid reminder that true youth comes from feeling fully, deeply alive. 7. You let go of the past. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt like they were staring far beyond the present moment, as if they were trapped in memories that keep replaying over and over? Their face often carries a subtle heaviness, their expressions tinged with sadness or regret, and their posture seems weighed down by invisible burdens. These are the signs of a person holding tightly to the past. And while it's normal to reflect on memories, living in them can age you far faster than the passing of years ever will. The truth is, the past can be incredibly heavy. Every regret, every moment of resentment, every painful mistake we refuse to release piles on like invisible bricks, building walls that keep us from moving forward. And it doesn't just affect our minds, it changes us physically. The stress of dwelling on what can't be changed elevates cortisol levels in our bodies, triggering inflammation, damaging our skin, and weakening our immune systems. Over time, this internal turmoil manifests outwardly, in deeper wrinkles, tired eyes, and a worn-out look that's unmistakable. Think about people who cling to bitterness or replay old wounds. It's as if life has etched their hardships into the lines of their faces. They seem perpetually exhausted, burdened by emotions that no longer serve them. Their presence feels heavy, as if they're carrying a backpack filled with stones from a journey they should have left behind long ago. Now, contrast that with those who look light, vibrant, and youthful, no matter how many decades they've lived. These people have learned a powerful secret. The past doesn't have to define them. They've made peace with what's behind them, choosing to focus on the present and the future instead of dragging old pain into each new day. Instead of dwelling on regret, they seek growth. Instead of harboring grudges, they choose forgiveness, not necessarily for others, but for their own freedom and peace of mind. Science backs this up. Studies have shown that people who practice forgiveness and mindfulness tend to have lower stress levels, healthier immune systems, and even longer lifespans. Letting go isn't just good for your mental health, it's literally a prescription for staying young. When you release the weight of the past, your body follows suit, repairing itself and shedding the physical manifestations of emotional pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means refusing to let those memories continue to poison your present and your future. It's choosing to say, "This no longer has power over me." And with that decision comes an incredible lightness, a freedom that can be seen on your face, in your smile, and in the way you carry yourself. So if you've ever been told you look younger than your age, consider whether it might be because you've chosen to let go. Maybe you've decided that the past belongs where it is and that your energy is better spent building new memories, exploring new possibilities, and embracing life as it unfolds. You've recognized that carrying old wounds only hurts you, not the people who caused them. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to? Is it anger, guilt, resentment, or regret? Whatever it is, know that it's not just weighing on your spirit, it's aging you. The moment you decide to let go, to release what no longer serves you, you'll feel something incredible happen. You'll become lighter, freer, and yes, younger. Because in the end, the past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. And those who leave it where it belongs carry a glow that time can't touch.